In this video, I'm going to explore possibly why we all like Otterbox cases. I've never really thought about it until now, but it seems that everybody I meet has one of these. Whether you are an iPhone user or an Android user, it's the first go-to means of protection for your gadgets. But why does everybody like Otterbox cases? To me, they look the same. It's just a case, right? That's where you are not so correct. Otterbox cases are designed to protect your devices from all sorts of shocks, falls, bumps, scratches, and the list goes on. And I think I have an idea as to why they were called such. Have you ever watched an otter play or seen them in action on TV? Do you notice how the water smoothly falls off their skin, and do you notice that their skin remains virtually waterproof after they leave the confines of their river home or sea home? I think this is where the inspiration came from in designing these cases. If you have an Otterbox case in your hands, you'll notice that if water touches it, after a few seconds, that liquid is nowhere to be seen. And I believe the design comes from inspiration that took its roots in watching the otters interact in the water and outside of the water. Also, if you are going to be out in this world, you're going to have to be prepared for a lot of war. So it's best to have your devices properly prepared for this kind of war, properly armored with the right tools. And these tools are all found in your Otterbox case. You're going to need protection from a lot of harsh elements. You may never know when you step out into that world. You want to make sure that your device is free from these kinds of dangerous yet sudden factors. You don't want a scenario where you step out and your device suddenly drops, and when you pick it up, it seems very unsightly, and the first thought that comes to your mind is to replace it. It's better to go out there prepared than not prepared, right? So here's what such a case prepares you for when you step out on that battlefield. You're prepared to face hot sun. The heat of the sun is not going to run away just so. So you have to protect your phone from increases in temperature. And it's best to keep it in a very controlled, cool environment. Now, if you step out on the battlefield in a rainy environment without an Otterbox case, you're going to face a lot of challenges because not all phones are made waterproof resistant. But that Otterbox case does resist water very well in my experience. So you're guaranteed that kind of protection when your phone wears such a case. If you are living in an environment that has a lot of snow, I think this case is going to come handy too. Beyond a certain temperature ranges, certain devices go into what I call hibernate mode, which means that their core activities shut down, and a simple task such as turning on is a huge burden, not only on the phone itself but on the battery and the circuits involved. Now, in my experience, using an Otterbox case keeps your phone from getting too hot or too cold. Sometimes if it's working too hard, it may require that you remove the phone from its case and let it go. But otherwise, you should be fine. The next thing you want to protect your phone from in an OtterBox case is being squeezed and bumped into unexpectedly. Sometimes you're walking around and you actually bump into somebody or they bump into you and your phone is a casualty. Wearing an OtterBox case on your phone helps.